everybody. Welcome into another episode of Southern Section this week. I'm Claudette Montana.
And I'm Jonathan Camus. We're here at beautiful Notre Dame High School here in Sherman Oaks, where the Knights have been on an absolute tear recently. They've been sweeping teams left and right, and now they have Crespi. It's an amazing school, a beautiful campus, great turf field. I mean, what's not to like, Claudette?
What's not to like? And we're out here at practice. Players are right behind us. We caught up with 3 players earlier today, have interviews with them coming later in the show. But first, you caught up with their head coach. Great interview there. I'm going to start with that. Coach's Corner.
All right, it's time for Coach's Corner, and I'm here with Notre Dame head coach Tom Dill, who's been here for 31 years, and you've amassed 8 Mission League titles over here, Coach Tom, and you've had over 40 guys make it and play professionally, including guys like Hunter Green and Giancarlo Stanton of the Yankees. What's been the secret to success, Tom?
Well, I think coaching at a school like Notre Dame, where we get great families and great athletes, that's a good start, because you definitely have to have the horses to do well. And so we've been blessed with, big support with our board of directors, our administration. I've worked under some great principals and athletic directors that have allowed me the freedom to do what we need to do. We have this beautiful stadium here that, it would be hard to find a stadium this nice at the high school level. So it's a great place to go to school, and it's a fun place to play baseball as well. So I think that those reasons are big and why we've been successful.
I mean, this stadium, it's really incredible. You just talked about it, but you have the stadium-style seating. You have the sunken dugouts, clubhouses behind those, a beautiful ballpark, turfed out, lights. I mean, my goodness, you must have a lot of teams, especially now with the rain, that are knocking on your door because, hey, can we play a game at Notre Dame?
Yeah, I do get calls, and we do like to let people use the field, especially our league teams if possible. Last year we had a couple of games played here on the weekends so that they could get a game in. But we are pretty booked during the week, usually with other sports too that use our outfield. Yeah, a lot of schools, I think, would appreciate having artificial turf for sure.
I mean, you told me off camera that the rain is something you haven't seen in all your years of coaching, and you have it good here, but it's still been affecting you guys.
Yeah, it's an even playing field when you're playing multiple games in a row, like we've been playing Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. That's not the best situation for anybody. You're not really able to use pitchers more than once in a week. And so that has been difficult. And in the first 4 weeks of league, we've had to reschedule in each of those 4 weeks. And I was on the phone yesterday with Coach Mike Glendenning at Crespi, already changing this week based on the forecast.
Yeah, you mentioned Crespi, and you're facing them next in a 3-game series. You're coming off back-to-back sweeps. You finished off Sierra Canyon last week, I believe, outscoring them 16-5. It seems like everything's clicking right now. Offense, defense, pitching. Is this where you want your team to be at this point of the season?
Yes, we're in a really good place right now. The thing I keep reminding my players about is that, we have 3 more series left, and you cannot lose your focus, because a loss is a loss no matter who it's to. It's great to sweep a team and, sweep Harvard-Westlake, sweep Sierra Canyon, but every game counts. And so you kind of have to just stay focused and keep working hard, and that's what we're trying to do.
You have 500 wins here in the San Fernando Valley. That's the most ever for a CIF-SOUTHERN section coach. You must like it here, Tom.
Yeah, it's a great place. It's like my family.
Yes.
So the people I work with are my best friends, and I like the way we do things here at the school in general. I'm also the dean, so I work with kids a lot during the day as well. It's just a great place to work, and there's no other place I would want to be.
I just met you earlier for the first time, and it really seems like you love your job, and that's what I love being around, people who care. And I can see that from you. Do you catch any Yankees or Reds games?
Yeah, I do. When they come to town, I do, and love following our guys, which is really fun to see the success. But one thing you'll know, you mentioned Stanton and Green.
Mm-hmm.
You know, obviously they're great baseball players, but they're better people. And so that's what I think makes us more proud. These guys are never going to be the type that would embarrass you, or some professional athletes don't maybe carry themselves the way that we would want as high school coaches to be an example to our kids. But these two guys are amazing.
Yeah, and I love watching them.
Yeah.
And here's where they were developed, right here at Notre Dame High School. Our thanks to Coach Tom Dill of Notre Dame. That's been Coach's Corner.
High school sports are one of the things that make living in California so great.
But sometimes the behavior in the stands can overshadow our achievements on the field.
I love it when my parents show up for me.
But being booed for missing a play could be crushing.
And remember that refs are people too.
They're trying their best to call a fair and correct game.
Hey, and enough with all the swearing.
No one should feel insulted or ashamed
Because of their race, ethnicity, or gender.
We should be able to hold our heads high after the match, win or lose.
All right, joining me now is Justin Lee. He's a senior here at Notre Dame High School on the baseball team. We're going to do some rapid fire. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Favorite food?
I like sushi. Really good.
Favorite restaurant?
Fair restaurant.
There's a lot of good ones in California. Take your time with this response.
I don't really like restaurants, but I would eat Chipotle every day, which is really good.
More of a takeout guy, I take it. Okay. Favorite music genre?
Oh, hip hop for sure. I'm always listening to hip hop.
What's your favorite thing to listen to before a big game?
I like Lil Baby songs. They're really hype me up.
Okay, favorite TV show?
Favorite TV show. I like Outer Banks. It just came out, season 3. It was really good.
What's your favorite sneaker
I
or shoe?
Shoe brands. I really like Nike shoes.
Jordans, perhaps?
I'm not really a Jordan type of guy.
Okay.
I like Dunks.
Favorite player in the MLB?
Shohei Ohtani for sure. I think he's really good for the game. He's a really fun player to watch.
What's your favorite team?
The Dodgers, but Ohtani's on the Angels, so it's really hard to root for him.
So say you were to be drafted today. Where would you want to go?
For sure, the Dodgers. It's my hometown. It would be really sick to play for the Dodgers.
Favorite part about living in California?
Oh, there's so much to do in California. I've gone out of state. It's really boring. Not living in California.
That's probably why you're staying at UCLA, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Favorite high school memory?
Oh, definitely last year when we played against Olu in the playoffs. We had a walk-off bunt. It was amazing. The stands were all packed and everything.
All right. I went to USC. He's going to UCLA. So when those two teams face off, who's winning?
Oh, UCLA every year.
Sure about that?
Yeah.
I had a feeling that'd be your answer. All right. That's been Rapid Fire with Justin Lee. Thanks so much.
Thank you for having me.
All right, welcome to another Ask the Expert segment, and I'm so happy to bring back Les Lukacs of Prep Baseball Report. How you doing, Les?
Doing fantastic, Camus, man. Happy to be back with you.
All right, I love talking baseball this time of year, and we're getting into the nitty-gritty, I guess. With all this rain, you never know. We have some teams flying out of state to get some games in. Has it really become this bad, Les?
Man, it's definitely the story of the season, right? It's funny you bring this up because I was talking to a coach just the other day. He said that in the last 5 weeks between regularly scheduled games, rainout makeups, and just rainouts in general, they've been on the field for 2 practices in the last 5 weeks. So it's causing havoc, man. And now teams are playing 12, 13 games in 17, 18 days. I think Miller Park's playing something like 14 and 20 days. It's nuts, man.
Yeah, I had a coach off the record tell me that it's somewhat like the COVID year in a way where you're getting games, but you're not really. Some are playing more than others. Hey, It's a weird year. All right, let's
Yeah.
talk about a team that's number one in the SB Live rankings, and that's Aquinas. Aquinas, Les, how are they able to be out, eligible for that top spot? They're really doing well. Tell me a little bit about what you know about Aquinas.
Yeah, Aquinas is the team we had in our preseason invitational. They went 3-1 there, beat Huntington Beach in a really good matchup. They've been struck by this rain bug. I mean, they come into this week only 5-1, so they've only played 3 games here in the last month or so. Out in the NHSI this week, they'll get tested. Eric Batanti, Chrisman, the pitcher outfielder, pitcher infielder, who can also really hit. They've got some guys eligible after transfer. Landon Greenhouse, Owen Egan is eligible now, as well as his little brother. Then they got a couple other transfers, right? So this is a really good team with a lot of Division I commits on that roster. They just need to play more games, right? I mean, they're 6 games into their season going into today, man.
Yeah, and they'll be facing off with some teams, some great talent in SoCal like Huntington Beach, Jay Sarah, and Santa Margarita in the NHSI. And speaking of the Eagles, I don't know how many people from outsiders of baseball, maybe you predicted less, but Santa Margarita is on top of the Trinity League. Usually it's Jay Sarah, usually it's Orange Lutheran, but Santa Margarita, they're coming off a sweep of Servite. How have they been able to have this resurgence now, Les?
Pitching and offense. They're getting really good pitching right now, and the offense has been explosive at times, but it's been very consistent throughout the season. So that's really helped them so far this season. They're winning close games, they're winning blowout games, they're winning games in between. So they're getting it done on all levels offensively. But the pitching has been really, really good. Sammy Kova, Hayden George at the top of that rotation have been really, really strong for them this year so far, and into Trinity League play. And they got a big win today out at the NHSI as well. So they're off to a really hot start.
Cool, good for them. Another big tournament next week is the National Classic. This has been around for a long time under different names, but hey, it's always a good time out there. Highly ranked Villa Park is in there. You got Damien, South Hills, Cypress, who's been on a tear recently, Miracosta. What do you look for in a tournament like this, Les? And I know it's a bunch of games together and pitching staffs are really kind of stretched, if you will. But what do you look for in a tournament like this? Especially, they got some good talent out there.
Yeah, man, tip of the cap to Matt Lucas over at El Dorado and his staff that have, that have put together just a really good group of teams this year. They got Clovis coming down from Fresno, Valley Christian coming down from San Jose, Powerhouse out of Utah coming in, and Arizona. So this is going to be one of the better lineups of teams. And what I look for is just, where are the best opening round games, right? And you try to plant your flag at one place. And for me, it's generally El Dorado. Go there, watch 3 games with the night game now at Amherst. It'll probably be 2 and 2 at El Dorado, 2 at Amherst, and just try to see as many guys as possible. Obviously the out-of-state teams are intriguing just to compare notes with some of my colleagues out of states. But for me, it's just we're about midway point, maybe a little bit past midway point for a couple of these teams of the season. And you should be starting to be playing your best baseball right now. And for me, that's really, having seen these guys in the fall, the winter, and now here in the early part of the spring, that for me, the tournament season is what that's all about, because it's stressful. 4 games in 4 days. As you said, that taxes a rotation, it taxes a roster. And if you don't have the depth and the talent to handle that, I mean, you're going to be exposed. And the National Classic does a phenomenal job of that.
Hey, I know why you love going to El Dorado so much. It's like, what, a 5-minute walk for you, Les? I mean, come on, it's your backyard, basically. And I'm kidding, but man, what a beautiful field. They really keep it up well, don't they?
Yeah, no, Matt does an awesome job. Yeah, man, I ride my bike. It takes me about 2 minutes, dude. I love it. It's a great place to be. But you're right. I mean, in terms of a venue itself, I mean, name 3 better venues in Orange and LA County. And I'll tip my cap to you. Now, don't get me wrong, there is a lot of very, very good high school fields here in Southern California, but just in terms of the setting with the trees and how the sun sets there in the breeze, it goes back to that line, how can you not be romantic about baseball, right? It's pretty awesome.
Absolutely. I love it. I love checking games out there. I actually suggest anyone to do so if you're in the area. If you love high school ball, it's awesome, especially when that barbecue's going. All right, Les, thank you so much. Les Lukacs of the Prep Baseball Report. Make sure to check out all of their content. They're always bringing great stuff baseball-wise. Thanks, Les.
Thanks, Camus. Talk to you soon, buddy.
All right, bye.
All right, here with our student athlete of the week, Ryan Limerick. He is a senior here at Notre Dame High School. Thanks so much for taking a few minutes and joining me. You've been a part of this program for several seasons now. What's been the most enjoyable part for you?
Just bonding as a team, meeting new people every year. It's just great to see new people come out and step up and just really play a big role part of this team.
How do you feel like this school has helped you develop as a player?
Of course, it's helped me with a lot of the small stuff like base running, doing better with my glove, hitting mechanics and stuff like that. And they've also helped me become more of a team person and a team player.
Talk to me a little bit about your head coach. What makes him so special and what's it like to play for him?
He's great. He's always there for us, all the players here, and he makes it feel like a home and a family. And, of course, he gets on you when he needs to get on you, but it's all out of love. So it's really great having him as a head coach.
What's the camaraderie, I guess, like on this team? What's it like to be a part of this group?
It's great. We all bond really well. We always have there's always stuff that goes on in the locker room, but we handle it between us, and it's really great how we come as a family. And every year we always bring people in, make them feel welcome, and yeah, it's basically.
Talk to me a little bit about this season. How would you evaluate, how you guys have done so far?
We've done great. Like I said, we really play like a family, so we have a lot of team chemistry. So if something happens, we always pick each other up, and we have a lot of clutch players that have come at clutch times. And of course, we don't really make a lot of errors and stuff like that. So we really play clean baseball, which also helps because a lot of teams like to pick up on errors and stuff like that. So, but we really play as a team, and it helps us with everything.
Yeah. You're headed up to Cal next year. It's so exciting. You're seeing in-state. What drew you to the Bears?
I really like how they play, and of course, I'm a kid of education, so I like a good mix of good baseball and education. And I really like the coach who recruited me, Noah Jackson. He really helped me with a lot of stuff. I've had a lot of conversations with him, not just about baseball. We both like shoes and stuff like that, so we've talked about that. So I really liked how he brought me in, not just as a player, but as a person as well.
Okay, you said you like shoes. You got the New Balances on right now. Those are pretty fresh. Would you say these are the most special shoe in your collection? Enlighten us.
I wouldn't say the most special. They're my most go-to shoe, but I have a couple Jordans, Jordan 4s, 1s. My favorite shoes are my Jordan 1 Mochas. I wear those a lot, to go out and stuff with friends like that. So those are my go-to favorites.
Well, high school's coming to a close here, right? What are you looking forward to outside of baseball towards the end of the stretch?
Well, I'm not looking forward to missing some friends that I've had for a long time, going away from them. But I'm looking forward to, of course, starting anew, having the next 4 years in a different place where I've never been before. I've lived in LA my entire life. So going down to San Francisco area seems pretty fun. I know it's a little colder, but I'll get used to it.
You'll get a jacket. Yeah. You'll get one of these, and it'll be just fine. I do want to ask you some Student Athlete of the Week questions because you're a Student Athlete of the Week. You are. Congratulations. It's a big honor. As you mentioned, Cal is a very academic school. How do you feel like Notre Dame's prepared you for that side of things?
Notre Dame is very strict with their class and stuff like that. So if you turn it in a minute late, it's a 0 out of whatever points it is. So it's helped me become a very disciplined student, which has helped me, of course, go to Cal, which is a great school in general. So also the tests, you got to go to X period to have your teachers help you, or you won't. Well, for me at least, you won't do well. So I go to them a lot, ask them a lot of questions, and they help me get to where I need to get.
What's your favorite subject?
Favorite subject is probably math. Right now, I took pre-calc last year, so this year I'm taking financial algebra. I don't know much about it, so I'm learning about taxes and mortgages and stuff like that. So it's
all the fun stuff: taxes, mortgages, interest rates. Man, we're just getting crazy over here. It's funny. A lot of athletes say math or science. Any idea why you think that is?
I guess we like solving problems. We like getting to the bottom of stuff. So if it's not mapped out for you already, it's not as enjoyable. But for me, I like solving problems and getting to the bottom of stuff. So yeah.
Best of luck up at Cal and the rest of this season. And thanks so much for the time.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Hi, my name is Levi Sterling. I'm a third baseman and pitcher committed to Texas here at Notre Dame High School, and this is what's in my locker. So first we got 3 gloves. This is my main one. I use this for third. This is my everyday glove. I've had it for a few years. Really like it. It's formed nice. This is my pitching glove. I got it when I got accepted in Notre Dame. Has my name right here. Got it in Notre Dame colors. So I use it for pitching. And then this is a glove I got about a year ago. I got it for third base. It's a little bigger, but it's not broken in yet. I'm still working on it. So those are my gloves. And these are my 2 bats. They're both Voodoos. This is the one I used last year, and this is the one I'm using this year. This is a 34, and this is a 33, so this one is longer. So yeah, I've really liked this one. It's given me more pop, and I've been having success with it. So, and then we got my hitting stuff. This is my sliding guard. I like the yellow, nice accessory. Got the elbow guard to match it, and then I got my Jordan batting gloves. I think they're pretty cool. So that's my hitting stuff. Up here, you got a pin for our coach who unfortunately passed away earlier this year. So I have that in there to honor him. Moving on up here, you got my game cleats right here. The whole team has the same ones. They were gifted to us by Nike, and same thing with the turfs right here. Our whole team has these. So that's pretty cool. We all get to have the same cleats. It keeps us looking pretty clean on the field. And then lastly, we have this right here, the night helmet. We got this year, and what we do with it, basically, whenever someone on our team hits a home run, we put this on their head, and they run through the dugout. We all congratulate them, give them a little hit on the head. So that's pretty cool. I think it's a good little celebration when someone hits a homer.
In life, things aren't scripted.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
You can get a lot out of it.
It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
That's going to do it for CIF Southern section this week. Thanks to Notre Dame Baseball for hosting us.
And thanks so much to all of you for tuning in. We'll see you next week. Bye.